Hey Greens, welcome to Cash or Trash, the episode where I review multiple craft kits so that I waste my money and you don't. We were very in sync.
Yeah, for once.
High five. Joining me today is my sister Sika. Hello! Since this is the first review of the year, I figured why not just bring the salt?
How?
I asked Salty Crafter to go out and find me some craft kits to review. And lo and behold, Salty Crafter loves going on adventures and finding me new craft kits. And she figured since it's the beginning of the year, she would find me some Crayola kits.
Crayola! This is gonna be fun, isn't it?
Nope!
Wonder how many different things we're gonna find that we do not even need in the kit.
Crayola is pretty notorious at putting really useless things in there. The last time we did a Crayola kit, there was a brush
that we didn't even need.
And it wasn't even mentioned in the instructions. So, Crayola. So the three victims, kits, are Scribble Scrubbie, Color and Clean Pets.
Can you say that 5 times? No.
Wait, I got this. Scribble Scrubbie,
Nope.
Okay, you do it.
No.
Do it.
Can I see the paper? Scribble Scrubbie, Scribble Scrubbie.
Scrubby? Get out!
No!
The next one is Color Chemistry Arctic Lab. This is supposed to be a science kit, which is educational by Crayola. Look at my face. I'm skeptical. So this one is Arctic Lab, so I figured I'd pick this up because it's supposed to be very much, I'm using air quotes quite a bit today. What are you even doing? So the theme of science and winter, sure, why not? Because we're in Canada.
And it's so cool here.
The land of frozen butts. You have a butt, you bring it to Canada,
it becomes a buttsicle.
That's a good one. High five for you again.
Oh yeah, I'm on a roll.
And last but not least is their basic color chemistry set. And the reason I wanted to try both Steam sets is because both of them are supposed to be educational, so we'll try a couple from each one. Is this a sword? Yes. You know what that means? Time for today's sponsor, which is Raid Shadow Legends. As someone who loves dark creatures, even though on occasion I will make cute things, I really enjoy the more realistic type monsters. For those of you who don't know, Raid Shadow Legends is a dark epic fantasy RPG, not just for your phone, but you can play on your desktop as well. What I really like about this game is that we get so many different characters. As you can see here, there are different factions, and within these factions you have different characters. Here are a couple of my favorites. In the Orc tribe, the Shaman is one of my favorites. She really helps me revive my characters because sometimes I don't make it through battles, so I need a support character. Next is the Dark Elf, Kale, not the vegetable. And I decided to use him as my main character. I really love the area of effect type attacks. And in order to get new characters, it's pretty straightforward. You go into the portal, and then you crack open some shards. Let's do it, and I have to admit, the crackling open of that shard sound is very satisfying. And the other feature that I enjoy, trust me, it's all around characters, because I love characters. And what's really cool is once you get them, not only can you upgrade them, you can level them up, and you can sacrifice other ones to make new ones or level them up. So make sure you go to the video description, click on the special link, and as a new player, you're going to get 100,000 silver, 2 clan boss keys, 10 mystery shards, and 1 free champion who's called Adjudicator. Did I say that right? Probably. All the gifts will be in your inbox in the game, but only for 30 days. So thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. On to Crayola. Our first victim is Scribble Scrubbie Pet Edition. The goal of this kit is that you can color on these little vinyl toys, wash them, and then reuse them again. But the real question is...
Jackie, I want Peach.
Where do you want me to get you a Peach from? I swear I just fed her.
I want Peach. Her name is Peach.
Is there a character called Peach?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want Peach. Do you have real peaches too, though?
No, I don't have peaches.
Now I want Peach.
Okay, but the real question is, if you look at the box, it says real working scrubby tub. I am really curious if this tub really works, because if we turn the back of the box,
it has a shower. It has a shower, and the shower looks like it's working. Yeah. But. How good is the pressure in the shower?
Those are adult questions.
It is an adult question.
My concern is it looks photoshopped. Look at it. Why is there bubble coming out of the shower? Right? Bloop, bloop. So enough jibber jabber about this Scribble Scrubbie. Time to see. Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Time to see
what's inside.
No, don't do it. Here's what we get inside. An instructional sheet that is really pretty big. I already have some red flags because every time we see the little creatures, they're not colored. And even when they're in the water, they're still not colored. Also on the front of the box, we're getting a drawing instead of the actual colored piece. Companies, stop photoshopping things and show us the actual thing. Please.
They won't.
We also get the bathtub, and there's the kind of mechanism here. And you can look in here, there's kind of little gear things. So I'm really excited to try this out because Sika's biggest question, let's flash back to that.
How good is the pressure in the shower? Oh my god, Jackie, Jackie, you have one job. So we get 6 markles.
Markles? English #1. And you made fun of me for Scribble Scrubbies?
It's the second time I say markles too. We get 6 markers. Kind of disappointed because 3 of them almost look like they're the same color.
Oh, that's true.
So we get like 3 kinds of purplish pinks.
That's true, but if we look at the instructional sheet,
they give you more of a rainbow color.
Right, but instead we get 3 colors that are a little too similar to each other, but I guess let's swatch them and see whether or not they're different. However, these are the colors we're supposed to be getting.
So these markers are supposed to be ultra clean washable, so let's hope they do actually come off easily.
Okay, it's Crayola. The possibilities are
endless.
Probably pretty low.
We also get a brush for the pets.
My guess is this brush is to scrub.
Yeah, probably.
And then we also get some pets. I didn't touch them because some of you grains have been asking me to review this. Not just that, but you also said that they feel weird.
Oh, so, are they velvety?
I think so. So let's go for first impression. You ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is velvety.
Oh, yeah.
So that means the color might stick.
It is pretty cute, but yeah, it does feel like velvet.
Oh,
like cloth.
It probably won't come off as easy then.
But it's ultra washable.
That was so anticlimactic.
Oh, trying to balance things on my head.
This poodle doesn't know any tricks. Oh, good poodle. Are
you talking about me? So we get a bunny,
a kitty,
and 2 puppers. So I'm going to be swatching these 3 colors. We have the yellow, orange, blue. Here's yellow.
Not
pretty
dry.
Yellow. What?
Is it any dry? No?
Nope, it's pretty juicy.
Good.
Orange. Pretty orange.
And blue.
Pretty blue.
This is tropical violet.
Ooh, that's pretty nice. It's really deep purple.
We've got primrose. Kind of similar. And our last color is hot magenta.
You're hot.
Ooh.
Oh, these are really...
They all look the same.
Yeah, they're...
So that was my worry, and unfortunately, I was right.
For one of the rare times. No, don't color on my face!
Oh no.
So this is pretty disappointing that we get 3 different colors here, but then
pretty much all the same there with 3 markers. So,
they're way too close to each other. Crayola, come on, if you're going to put something in the instruction sheet as well as the front of the box, yeah,
at least put the same items. That'd be smart.
At least. Crayola, look at me. Make 2020 better. Okay? Before we start coloring, let's look at the huge instructional sheet. On the inside, it shows all the different kinds of pets that you can get. One of them is Fefe.
It's Fifi. Fifi, do you love me?
Alright, I think it's pretty straight. Are you done?
Yeah. We good.
So it's pretty straightforward. We just fill the tub to the bottom, color, and then scrub. Let's do the doing. By the way, for those of you wondering, this is not a vinyl toy. It really does feel like cloth, and it is flexible. So, yeah. All right, Sika decided that she wanted to make her pets all the same tones.
No, it's different shades of purple.
They really should have given us brown or something like that so we can do the nose, or... Well, the eyes aren't colorable.
No.
Well, this is weird.
It feels like it's holding, but not. I don't know. I feel like my marker's going dry. No, for real, though.
I guess we'll find out. Let's keep going. Alright, so I'm really curious, does the color come off as we're coloring it? And the answer is, oh wow!
Yep, I've got it all over my hands.
Okay, so let me just touch your kitty cat. Oh, wow!
Oh!
Oh! So I understand the fact that they're supposed to be washable, but I just don't get the fact that they're gonna be like contamination on your hands. And
oh, whoops, sorry, your puppy has blue now. I mean purple. I don't know my colors.
You're a menace. Look at me. No! My puppers is getting a tramp stamp, like Lady in the Tramp, right? What are you doing? Are you coloring mine with yours?
Yes.
You're so chaotic.
Oh, that's kind of cute. I'm giving him a purple tip.
You know what? It's a butt. Alright, Alright, so here we have the cute little bathtub, and our puppers does not look very pleased. I'm not sure if this is gonna work because, again, let's hear Sika's important question.
How good is the pressure in the shower?
Alright, so since this is Sika's most important thing, she gets to press the button, and the answer is, how's the pressure?
Maybe it needs to be pumped.
Oh!
That's actually not bad.
That's actually pretty good. I'm impressed. Now the question is, will these scribbles be clean?
Probably not.
So we're going to start with the one that is the most colored, which is most likely imitating the one from a younger child.
What are you saying? Well, you don't like my coloring?
No, that's cute. You ready?
I'm putting her in the bath?
Yeah, put her in the bath and let's scrubble.
It's really bad to wash cats in a bath. I was gonna say something really bad.
Alright,
oh,
scrub.
Interesting.
Oh, this does not look like it's gonna come out easily. Did you just mess up my desk?
No.
Oi!
I'm trying to get that off. I think she's stained pink.
Okay, keep scrubbing.
She just has like a water tie-dye effect right now.
1 hour later.
Sika, scrub, girl!
I'm scrubbing.
Scrub! As you can see, it's still very purple. This is the original color, just so you can see the difference in the colors. And
it
yeah.
says to scrub gently, but I'm going pretty hard. It's still not doing much.
Alright, so Sika's kitty cat is just not getting back to the original color. Even if we look at the instructional sheet, when they say scrub it and pat it dry, it looks white as though it was never used.
So I'm going to be taking this kitten to the
English?
sink. Like, what am I taking this cat to? I'm going to be taking it to the sink and trying to scrub some more to see if we can get her back to her white color.
So we're going to assume that this was made in a heavy-handed type way. So I'm going to try my puppers, who is not that much in terms of heavy-handed coloring, and see whether or not it will be able to be scrubbed and cleaned as though it was not used. Alright, Sika, see ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Shut the door! Are you done? Alright, so here's the pup. The water is still as much as they said, which is only the bottom part. And let's try to scrub gently. Oh, this is bad. Crayola, this is a whole new level of bad. So as you can see, it is pretty much staining the color right on the entire thing. I'm gonna keep scrubbing. It's looking paler, but I'm not happy. Oh, let's wash your butt. Let's see if we can get it as white as it was before. And the reason we're not supposed to have more water than this is because even as you're scrubbing it, water is going everywhere. And from our experience so far, this marker is not that ultra clean. Sika's hands, let us see it, is actually stained, even though she did go under the water to clean up the piece. So interesting. So as you can see, this puppers is lightly stained yellow compared to this one over here. And all the other colors are kind of gone, interestingly enough, even the blue. But then again, I went light-handed and Sika decided to go the opposite, which is
Very not light-handed.
vocabulary number 1. Good job.
Thanks.
And as a result, she used all the pinks and purples, and we really did scrub it the same way that we scrubbed this one, and she is very stained. Did the bathtub work?
Yeah.
Are these figures cute?
Yeah.
Did it work in the scrubble wubble way as the instruction showed that it was completely white after coloring it?
No.
So for $18, I feel like this kit for me would go in the trash.
That was my hand.
Would go
in the trash.
Honestly, if this kit was anywhere between $10 and $12, yeah, it could definitely be an activity that could be used in the tub. However, Sika, are your hands still stained?
Yep, they're
So,
pretty pink.
Be careful with that. Because
And we didn't even let these dry and they stained like that. So could you imagine you let that dry for like a day?
Yeah,
Probably
we-
not coming out.
No, it's definitely not going to be scrubbing that easily because we only let them dry for what, 5 minutes
Yeah,
maybe?
at most.
So,
So they were not ultra clean washable.
Crayola,
Why do you gotta do us like that?
why you gotta make me cry? Our next kit, Crayola Color Chemistry. And this kit cost me $24. I figured we would start with the regular kit because, hey, this is their basic one. And upon first glance, it really looks like it's going to be full of crap just because on top, if you look, it says booger goo, which is just slime, bouncing colored bubbles, which is probably a mixture of water and oil, and erupting volcano, which is probably going to be
Baking
like
soda.
I would be surprised if it's baking soda.
Oh really?
My guess is just fizzing tablets. I could be wrong though. But, make sure you look at the box because it says 50 experiments, but if you look above it, it says instructions for 50 experiments. It doesn't mean that you're getting 50 experiments
in the box.
And if you scroll a little lower,
I'm dying.
oh, that's the salt. You okay there?
Yeah, I'm tearing up.
Oh, that's a lot of salt, girl. At the bottom of the 50 experiments, it says pack includes enough supplies to do 16 out of the box experiments. 16 experiments is still pretty good, but the fact that they wrote 50 experiments bigger
than the 16. Oh, the 16 is actually a lot smaller too, eh?
It's kind of sneaky.
It's very scammy-like.
Very schemy.
Schemy. TVs?
However, when we turn the box around, part of me is very skeptical, but also excited because we get things like ink bottles, silicone in part A and B. We also get glow alginate.
Color wheels.
Yeah, so it seems like some of the stuff in this box could be interesting. But the only way to find out is to see
what's inside.
Oh my god, okay.
The instructions come out?
Like, give me that. So as you can see on the inside, we get quite a bit of stuff. There's a lot of different plastic and containers. I'm not going to mention each and every one of them unless we need them. There's also like a solution in here. More plastic, some tubes, and model magic. So
that's very anticlimactic.
That's a lot of plastic. Find out. Look, a brush.
I wonder if it's in the instructions. Ooh, it looks like it's been through a lot.
This brush is
having
leaning.
A bad hair day.
This brush is leaning to the right. Looking through the instructional manual, which is a nice thick piece of instructions, I was really surprised to see that the instructions were actually pretty educational and interesting to read. They talk about the different chemical reactions, what is a polymer, about calcium chloride, and all these different things. So one of the things I absolutely love is when I am wrong about a product. So far, this is impressing me just because of the sheer amount of education in this kit so far. And we decided to try out a couple of experiments and see whether, you know, not just are the words educational, but is the experience fun as well, right?
Right.
Did you fall asleep?
No.
Are you blinking?
I wasn't sure.
So the first experiment is going to be an erupting volcano. And if you want to pause the blurb of information, you can see that it talks about different kinds of reactions and gases and minerals and whatnots. Why'd you laugh when I said gas? So according to this, all we have to do is make our own volcano with the clay that they provided, decorate it, and then we can pretty much add a tab. But we're gonna get to that later. First,
let's do the doing.
to admit, I had a lot of fun making a very simple volcano and then coloring it and watching the colors bleed into each other. It was just so pretty and it looks very retro.
Yeah.
Sika, you approve?
Super tie-dye.
It's mega tie-dye.
Mega tie-dye!
Next, the instructions are pretty straightforward. We're going to take fizzy tablets. How many did it say? Two fizzy tablets, put it inside, and then put some water
until it starts to fizz.
And that's it for this experiment.
I don't want it to ruin the volcano though, it's so pretty.
It's totally gonna ruin it. Alright, so yeah, we have
different colors.
Probably the primary colors here.
Yep.
Which one would you choose, Sika?
Do we want to make it purple, so like blue and red?
That's pretty good. Let's do that.
Alright.
You added the tablets. Moment of truth. We will pour the water. Sika, be gentle.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. And
I'm scared.
Please don't be underwhelming.
Okay. That was very underwhelming.
Wait, it's still fizzing.
That's kind of boring.
It's still fizzing. You put a little too much water.
No, it said to put water until it starts to fizz.
It's kind of neat. Oh, it's getting fizzier and fizzier. It's kind of cool. Oh, the colors are changing.
Oh.
So it's not like the colors mixed. What they're doing is they're taking their own turn, actually fizzing.
I was hoping it was gonna go purple, but that's kind of cool. So it's very anticlimactic at first, but now it's pretty cool. Okay, just go ahead and throw it out.
Hold it! So you can see that the colors are coming out separately, and they're kind of mixing in with the inks, and we have a splotch down here. Next experiment is glowworms. And again, if you want to pause this to see the kind of information we're getting about different kinds of molecules and reactions, definitely do so. And so for this experiment, we're using both glow alginate. I really hope I'm pronouncing it right, because some of you like to say,
"But Jackie, you're doing it wrong!"
And we're also using calcium chloride. The idea behind this one is that we're mixing both compounds in order to get a glow worm. So we just have to fill the jar with 3/4 full of calcium chloride and then squirt some of the alginate solution in the jar and then take the little wormy thing out, and then we're going to test out whether or not it is glow in the dark. What is your call?
It probably won't glow very well.
That's my guess too. My guess is that
It'll be like a medium glow.
Why'd you interrupt me?
Because I'm your sister and I have to.
You're right.
It's part of my contract.
It's true.
And based on the solution, the worm should keep its shape.
Ooh. All right, let's see what this feels like. Sika?
It feels gummy. It's so weird.
It feels like gummy? Because we did do those dinos. Remember our derpy dinos? Oh, that is a weird feeling. It doesn't feel like the derpy dinos, which has like a jello feel to it. And they are quite firm. They're still pretty squishy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This one here feels a little more like cloth.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, time to see whether or not it glows in the dark.
All right, so off we go. Light will be turned on in off. 3, 2, 1. Oh, hang on, let me turn my phone off.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's actually surprising. I did not expect that at all.
That is way more glowy than I expected,
That's crazy. Usually we can't see any of the glow-in-the-dark stuff.
right?
So this second experiment was really interesting simply because it said it was going to glow in the dark,
And we didn't expect it.
and it did.
So it actually worked really well this time.
And again, the educational bits in this manual are very impressive. As a little grain, I would have loved something like this. Are you laughing at me again?
Yes, I am. Oh, it's a good thing I love you.
And so at $24 Canadian, but $14 US, this kit really completely baffled us.
Yep, I was not expecting it to actually be fun and good and working.
And very colorful.
And very informative too.
Exactly. So at that price, we think that this kit is definitely worth your cash. Next one. Next, we have Crayola Color Chemistry Arctic Edition.
This is Arctic Lab.
Arctic Edition.
Don't you dare contradict me.
Alright, see how it is.
And even though we just did one of these, this edition has me a little more skeptical. I know some of you are gonna say,
But Jakey, you're always skeptical.
I know,
But we are the salt.
right?
Sure.
Say it with me. We are the salt. Ready?
She's the salt.
She's untamable, this one. Again, don't be mistaken. This here says instructions for 50 experiments. However, those two little stars tiny at the bottom still say that you get 18 out of the box experiments. Mind you, they could have just said 18 at the top, but 50 instructions, which honestly would have been a lot less misleading. And the reason I'm a little skeptical is if we look at the back of the box, it has a lot less of the interesting ingredients like the first one. So will it be good?
We don't know
Which means time to see.
what's inside.
And similarly to the previous kit, we will not mention everything that we got, but you can see we have all the different beakers, plastic containers, and the chemistry bits. I actually didn't see those, so that could be interesting.
By the way, I forgot to mention that this kit is $24 Canadian, or for you Amerigrains, it's $13. Or was it 14? About $14. And as I'm skimming through the instructional manual, you can see that the language being used is not the same at all. It's saying, oh, is it cold outside? Let's make something to measure the weather. But they don't tell us what actual compounds are in there and why does it change color. So it's a huge difference from the first one. So let's go ahead and make this experiment here, which is a chill thermometer, which should help us know if it's cold or hot.
It's freezing outside.
It is really freezing. So in order to make our chilled thermometer, we're going to put a silicon part B until where it says B, and then A where it says A. Again, this is frustrating because the first one really explained what compounds were in each experiment, but this one,
Just says A and B put together and that's it.
you're very nice. I was gonna say,
It says nothing.
It also says nothing.
try that.
It says nothing.
That feels better on the soul.
Right?
Nothing!
Oh, the salt is coming out. And then once we shake it up, all we're doing is putting it in a mold, waiting 15 minutes, and then we can test it in cold water.
By the way, that mold looks super gross.
Here you can see this is white, and here is slightly yellow.
Oh, yeah.
So our guess is that it stayed a little longer.
Than it was supposed to on that mold thingy majiggy.
Probably got a little burnt.
Yeah.
All right, we're trying to figure out, while over there is kind of hardening, we're trying to figure out what other one to do. You do not look impressed at all.
They look so boring. boring.
Not only are they boring, what did you just tell me about the blurbs and the information?
It's just super boring information. It's not even information. It's like, it's just being like, snow is white.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, so it's been over 15 minutes and it just says we need to peel it out.
Gently.
I'm very gentle. There you go. So we get this icicle kind of thing. I'm still not very educated. I mean in the box. Because I say I am very educated.
Where'd you get those glasses from?
I don't know. Alright, and the whole point of this experiment is so that we can test how it reacts in cold water, even though we have no idea what's in there. So here is a glass of very icy water, and let's dip it. And it turned blue. But why did it turn blue?
It's like a mood ring.
But we don't know why and what chemicals do that. And so compared to the other kit, I didn't learn anything. Sika?
Nothing at all.
Is it cool that it changes color?
Kinda.
Yeah, totally. But again, don't call it a chemistry set if there's no educational value if you're putting the STEAM designation. Skimming through the instructions, the most exciting one we found is called
One thirsty polymer.
And basically, if you want to pause this again, it's not that educational. The whole point of this experiment is to show whether or not
Powdered snow
is going to be absorbed into water or oil.
sounds very interesting.
That's pretty much it.
And that's the most exciting one too.
Crayola, I'm clapping for you. So here we go. We're going to take a little bit of oil and see whether or not the snow polymer is going to absorb.
So here's the baby oil. And now we're going to be taking the snow powder. Again, they don't tell us what's in the snow powder that makes it so interesting. So here's a shovel full of it, and we're going to put it in the oil. And nothing happens. And this is absolutely on purpose, because if you see here, what happened? Did you see anything occur? But the answer is no. They don't really tell you no. They just say discard the oil and clean. So usually if you're going to have some kind of hypothesis, how should a person who's doing this kit know whether or not
the process that they're doing failed because they didn't follow a step, or if it failed because the kit is bad? In this case, you don't know. So, of course, there's no reaction here, so let's clean this up, which means, Sika, go clean it! You know what I'm saying? Just go clean it! And so here's our shovelful into water, and as expected, it's probably going to expand and get bigger, because that's
the point.
That's what the fake snow does, because a lot of people now use it for making slime. And it's stuck. That's what it is now, it's stuck. It says not to mix it, but now it says to add a few drops of color.
To see if it's gonna still absorb or not.
What do you want, Sika?
Pink.
Don't, magenta. I said don't say blue, because the whole thing is blue. Alright, so go ahead and add a couple of drops. And it's still absorbing.
I was hoping it would spread out a little bit more.
That's about it. It says we can touch it though. And it's asking if it feels like real snow. As Canadians, we have snow for breakfast, kind of like cereal, because that's what we're doing. Did you touch it? Okay, touch it. Does it feel like real snow?
Well, it feels powdery like snow.
It's powdery, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like real snow. It just feels like...
The only thing you would need to add for it to feel like real snow is pretty much cold, because this feels like fluffy snow. Not the snowman kind of snow.
It feels like fluffy slime.
No.
That slime over there.
No. That's so much more dense and wet and gross feeling.
Don't you ever contradict me!
Sometimes you need to correct your little sister, and what you do is you prove them wrong. Go ahead and try this slime.
It's not gonna feel the same.
Try it.
It doesn't feel the same.
Try it.
This one's more condensed.
But...
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel... I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
No, say it.
No, I don't know. I guess it's close. I guess you were right.
That's what I thought. So when it comes to this chemistry kit, all I have to say is, that's the Crayola I know. That's exactly the Crayola I know.
The crapola.
So this kit for us was boring. It was not interesting. It was not educational.
Yeah, we didn't learn anything from it. Nothing at all.
What would you call it?
Garbage?
So this trash is garbage?
This garbage is cartage.
English still #1. It goes in the recycling. This week's shoutout goes to Michael Hod, Ravenflame94, Katie Tater Tots Gacha, and Zaydara Fisher. If you want to shout out my videos, don't forget to hashtag Nerdification Squad in the comment section below within the first 5 hours of my video's release, or hashtag NerdyCraft on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook anytime with any of your creations. And if you want to follow Sika,
you can find me on Instagram at nerdysister_Sika.
Until then, we will see you brains in the next video.